The headlines tonight: Governor Soludo describes death of Ohanaeze President Professor Obiozor as big loss to humanity. Flood-resistant rice variety introduced in Anambra State to reduce losses during flooding. Police to deploy 10,000 newly recruited constables for 2023 general elections. On the foreign scene tonight, Indonesia to tighten export rules for palm oil from Sunday, January 1. Now, before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come forward to the turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good evening and welcome to the news. I am Ebere Ugonna. Governor of Anambra State, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, has expressed sadness over the passage of President General of Ohanaeze Ndigbo Worldwide, Professor George Obiozor. Reflecting on the life and times of the late leader of Ndigbo Apex Group, Governor Soludo said, Prof. George Obiozor was a great diplomat and a solid intellectual in the diplomatic cycles. A press release signed by his press secretary, Mr. Christian Aburime, described his passage as a big loss to the people of Imo State, Ndigbo, the Nigerian nation, and the world at large. Governor Soludo further noted that as a professor and diplomat who was the Nigerian ambassador to the United States, the late Professor Obiozor and much later President of Ohanaeze Ndigbo Worldwide truly impacted the world around him as a leader and would therefore be sorely missed. The governor, on behalf of his family, the government and the good people of Anambra State, commiserates with the Obiozor's family and the government of Imo State over the irreparable loss. Late Professor George Obiozor died on the 26th of December 2022 at the age of 80 years. The federal government and International Fund for Agricultural Development, FGN IFAD Value Chain Development Program, VCDP, has recorded another great feat in agriculture through the introduction of flood-resistant rice variety to reduce losses suffered by farmers during flooding. It also included insurance costs as a prerequisite for the approval of business plans for befitting farmers. The National Program Coordinator, FGN IFAD VCDP, Dr. Fatima Aliyu, announced these during a state-level event in Oka. Chibuza Obidike has details.
The event, titled Knowledge Sharing with Team Promoting Collaboration Among Value Chain Actors, had farmers, processors, off-takers, agro-dealers, and other stakeholders in attendance. Dr. Aliyu, represented by the Knowledge Management and Communication Advisor, IFAD VCDP, Mrs. Vera Onyeka Onyilo, also announced a $5 million grant for farmers across the 9 participating states in Nigeria to mitigate the impact of flood on farmers, which, according to her, will span over 1 to 2 years starting from 2023.
So let us pilot it using the Commodity Alliance Forum, where you have an MOU with the farmers. Even if you are going to fund, they will pay you back during harvest. We have what is called buyback. So, but even as an off-taker, you can support them through capacity building, good agronomic practice and all of that.
The program coordinator, Federal Government IFAD VCDP, Mr. Nnamdi Agwuncha, warned that henceforth, before any farmer's business plan will be funded, there must be evidence of payment of insurance cover, as all the farmers have been duly sensitized on the need. Speaking on the success stories of the Federal Government IFAD VCDP, Mr. Agwuncha disclosed that following funding of farmers and the best agronomical practices in rice and cassava farming bequeathed to them in the 6 years existence of the program, they have tremendously increased their yields and parted ways with poverty.
Government was not about one aka. One day. I want also. We about the loan. I say, Maka. What's not idea? If one of I'll fire again. All this, please use this one very well. So that when they come to monitor next year, you show good results.
In his remarks, the Transition Committee Chairman, Anambra East Council Area, Dr. Anselm Onuara, who defined the event as very important because of the agrarian nature of the local government area, disclosed that they are in post-flood activities, which, according to him, covers free distribution of improved farm seedlings, agrochemicals, and sourcing of single-digit interest loans for farmers.
Ndi na-eme ọfụma na-eme ọsịsọ aka anyị pụtara anyị gbachara ndị mmadụ awetara ndị gọọmenti wetakwara anyị na-eke ya ndị afọ na-akọ ugbo n'ebe afọ na-akọ ugbo so ihe a bụ ihe anyị na-emegasị iji fụ na enyere ndị mmadụ aka na mgbe na-adịrọ mana ikwukwara nyafu.
During an interactive section on climate change effects on farmers, measures and way forward, one of the panelists and branch manager, Nigeria Agricultural Insurance Corporation, Mrs. Susan Abalonyemuife, affirmed that farmers that always insure their farms will never go out of business as they are committed to indemnifying those that suffered natural hazards. On success stories by beneficiaries, Mrs. Ngozi Ebue, Mr. Fidelis Onyia, Chid Opala, Ujunwankwo, among others, lauded the federal government IFAD VCDP for making them entrepreneurs and employers of labor. Cutting on success story cake, award presentation by the NPC, federal government IFAD VCDP, Dr. Aliyu by beneficiaries, and discussion on ways of promoting collaboration among value chain actors. The exit strategy climaxed the knowledge sharing event in Oka. Chibuzo Bidike, ABS News.
As part of activities lined up to celebrate the 2022 Christmas, the people of Omoji in Urumba South local government area recently converged on the palace of their traditional ruler, Igwe Festus Iyoko, to witness the installation of his cabinet chiefs known as Ndichie. Correspondent Emmanuel Chibata reports.
The cabinet chiefs were 14 in number and 11 were drawn from each of the 11 villages that make up the community, while the constitution of the town granted the traditional ruler the power to select 3 other Ishies to become palace ambassadors that will be representing him in some functions. Performing the ceremony, Igwe Iyoko charged the Ishies to see the installation as a call to service and to work towards the collective interest of Oboji town. He advised his subjects to continue to love one another and support Governor Chukwuma Soludo for his transformational agenda to be manifested in the state, as well as be good ambassadors of the town wherever they find themselves.
Onye gba bọọlụ ọdachi oroma ụfọdụ na-adịka interested ihe a ga-eri ọ ga-enweta je ha jụ ihe a ga-arụ je ha ekwu ihe a ga-arụ o buru ụzọ chọba ihe ọ ga-erite emphasis bụ ka e buru ụzọ rụọ ọrụ Chineke ga-provide ife ị ga-eri.
Also speaking, the traditional prime minister of the community, Chief K. Anyasho, who expressed happiness for the success of the event, which attracted many dignitaries and government functionaries, noted that the position of the cabinet chiefs is very critical as they are strong forces who deliberate and project the community to greater standards. Chief Anyasho, who said that part of the job of the Ishies is to sustain cultural and customary outfits of the town, urged them to be fair, truthful, shun partisanship, and retain the confidence reposed in them by members of the community, while thanking Governor Soludo for identifying with the town.
Whole masses, the community, the dignitaries, all the officials, government officials and people that, flooded here today were so excited and happy. And the clergies that we also here today were so happy. Coronation of the cabinet chiefs, the Ichies of this community, they were very, very excited and very happy. In fact, all the clerics, we were so happy. And we know that Oboji will certainly be transformed. Thank you very much.
The prince of the town and his wife, Prince Obinna Iyoko, and Lady Amaka, as well as the chair lady, Oboji Town Union, Port Harcourt Branch, Lolo Nkechi Okoli, said the event marked a turning point in the history of the community as the town has made very vital decision to move forward, adding that the entire community accepted the Ndishie as people that can represent the interest of the town.
This is a conclusion of a struggle that has taken almost a while, almost 2 years now, where each year we are being elected, and the town said no. Severally, we have brought out so many names. But in this very occasion, we saw the handwork of God upon the town.
Prayer answered. It's all in here, the community in our church for a long time.
In separate interviews, some of the new issues, including the Transition Committee Chairman of Orumba South Local Government Area, Prince Neville Ushendo, Chief Stephen Ohago, and Chief Ignatius Obi, pledged allegiance to work with the traditional ruler, adding that they have settled for work immediately to achieve the desired objectives and make the community proud. Emmanuel Shibata for ABS News.
Ms. Oluwebube Wando has emerged the winner of the maiden edition of Face of Inspiration International 2022 Beauty Pageant, powered by Inspiration 101 Plus magazine, held at Professor Dora Akuilo Women Development Center, Oka. The event, which is the grand finale of the beauty pageant, attracted families and friends of the contestants, awardees, government functionaries, showbiz personalities, among others. Queen Anibogu reports.
The event started with red carpet, with the host Collins Ugochukwu showcasing the 5 contestants who walked the wrong way, adorning different costumes at intervals, dancing to various musical tunes. There were also various performances by artists at intervals to spice up the show. Speaking at the event, the convener, Mr. Chinonso Nweke, explained that the essence of the beauty pageant and award ceremony was to provide a platform for Anambra youth to showcase their talents and rediscover themselves. Mr. Nweke added that because of his passion for health, he included free medical tests for participants to encourage everyone to always check their health status in order to prevent avoidable deaths. He also appreciated his sponsors, including the Hilton Leisure, Classic Makeup, Vero Foods, Above Hair, Chinos, among others.
We are trying to celebrate the prosperity of Anambra State. We are using this platform to showcase the rich cultural heritage of Anambra State.
In her remarks, the Director of Entertainment and Diaspora Affairs, Mrs. Nneka Nwankwo, pointed out that the event revealed several activities the Soludo administration has embarked on to boost the entertainment industry in Anambra State.
This event, celebrating the prosperity of Anambra State, it came very late to the ministry, and that is why it is the way it is. But I am assuring you people that next year we are going to have a bigger event. I am just here to witness what is going on, and next year the state government is going to partner fully with this prospective young gentleman, Chinonso Nweke. I think I'm right. Chinonso Nweke, the convener of this event. The state government is going to partner with him to make a bigger show next year.
In his comments, one of the awardees from Oba, Chief Okudiba Anyora, appreciated the magazine for the Community Leadership Award given to him.
Definitely, I've never seen anybody that's been an award that is not happy. I'm like others, those who have received the award before, and I received awards, many awards. Those days, I'm always excited. That's where I'm excited.
Also speaking, Chief Ugochukwu Anene, who received the award on behalf of his brother, Chief Elect Anene, for his contribution to youth development and appealed to government at different levels to create employment for Nigerian youth to prevent them from engaging in vices because of idleness. Other awardees include Chief Anene Chukwu Uba, a Nollywood veteran, Mr. Clemson, Colonel Nonyelu, and others. In an acceptance speech, the winner of the contest, Ms. Wando, promised to take the brand Inspiration 101 Plus magazine to international level and promote humanitarian services wherever she goes. Ms. Precious Nwafo was the first runner-up, while Ms. Anna Chiamaka Okechukwu was the second runner-up. Queen Anibogu, ABS News.
Old Girls Association of Girls Secondary School Abagana has been inaugurated, founded in 1966 by St. Peter's Anglican Church, Abagana. The school was also financed through a graded level levy and donations from members of the church, but later suffered infrastructural destruction from the Civil War, after which rebuilding and academic work started in earnest. Joseph Iboche has details.
Addressing participants at the event attended by the traditional ruler of Abagana, Igwe Patrick Okeke, the president of the association, Professor Ifeoma Enwani Nwokelu, recalled that the decision to fund the group was envisioned by the late Professor Gladys Onachukwu and bettered in 2021 after previous failed attempts. She explained that the group is aimed at bringing together members for the purpose of carrying out projects and programs to impact positively on members and their alma mater, including digital literacy, leadership skills, career choices and advancement, conducive teaching and learning environment.
Anyị bịa n'anya fụ na school anyị produce so many people n'ụwa niile na-eme ọfụma na school adaghachigwa azụ nke na onye rozi anyị ọnụ okwu. Anyị wee sị na ọ ga-adị mma ka anyị kpọkọrọ ndị otu anyị wee nyele ụmụaka nọ na school aka ka fama na onye gbaa mbọ n'oge eme ọfụma ruo ebe ọbụla o kwesịrị iru ka anyị wee bunitekwa ọkwa ụlọ akwụkwọ a ka ọ dịkwa etu ọ dị.
Public Relations Officer of the association, Cassie Abone of This Day newspaper, Chairman of the inaugural committee and Professor of Chemistry, Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka, Teresa Onwebu, urged members, teachers and parents to redouble efforts at molding the character of the young ones. Guest speaker at the event, Dr. Napoleon Onyechi, who noted that high school reunion usually puts pressure on people to brace for success, urged students to aspire for success in life, reminding them that secondary education is important in their formation and thanking the old girls for ensuring that no member is left behind.
So we're here to support them and encourage them to don't forget where they come from. So I'm highly delighted that these ladies remember that they'll come back and support their old school. So that's very encouraging. And we encourage the young ones to emulate them, to learn from their example, so they can work hard and study hard so they can be what they want to be in future.
Chairman of the occasion and YPP candidate for Anambra Central Senatorial District, Dr. Chinedu Made, and guest of honor and member representing Njiko Katu constituency in the Anambra State House of Assembly, Honorable Pete Ibida, who appreciated the importance of the Old Students Association in motivating the young ones and bringing development to their alma mater, urged members not to relent.
My advice is that they should just be resolute in anything they're doing, be determined in whatever they're doing, remain hardworking, be focused, that they should never lose focus on whatever they're doing. Let them not let themselves be distracted by things going on, extracurricular things going on in their life.
I don't have much to tell them rather than to continue to do well. Onya ka ndi we na etofa ni fefa na emetata. Makana ifa na emebu onya ka ndi bia. Makana ivo egu akwụkwọ na asom agụm ya bụ anya ofuma. Solo na akwanite nke old boys in CIC Enugu.
From Abagana in Njikoka local government area, Joseph Ebocha reporting for ABS News.
Moving on to our national stories now, the Inspector General of Police, Alhaji Usman Baba, has said that the police will deploy the 10,000 newly recruited constables that passed out from the training school to provide security during the 2023 general election. The police boss disclosed this at the personnel parade of the 2022 badge of police constables in Ilorin, Kwara State. Baba, in an address delivered by the Assistant Inspector General of Police Zone 8, comprising Kwara and Kogi State, Ashafa Adekunle, said all the graduating recruit constables will be deployed to complement officers on the forthcoming election security duties across the nation in a bid to ensure a free, fair and credible electoral process. The IGP added that in the attainment of community policing goals, the recruitments would all be posted back to their various local government areas to further entrench the policing strategy of the federal government towards addressing criminal crimes in their respective areas. The Poultry Association of Nigeria has expressed optimism over the growth of the sector in 2023 in spite of the challenges faced in the previous years. PAN chairman Mr. Majid Iola said this in an interview with newsmen in Lagos. Iola said that in spite of the rising cost of raw materials for the feed production, there is light at the end of the tunnel for the sector. Iola said that with a continuous peak in poultry raw materials, there has been a proliferation of substandard materials which are harmful to both human and animal health. He also called for the government's continuous intervention to cushion the effects of the rising cost of production in the sector. Indonesia will tighten export rules for palm oil from January 1 by allowing fewer shipments overseas for every ton sold domestically in a move aimed at ensuring sufficient domestic supply. Exporters will be allowed to ship 6 times their domestic sales volume less than the current ratio of 8 times according to a new regulation reviewed by the Reuters news agencies and confirmed by the industrial official. Seto said the ratio will be evaluated periodically by considering the domestic situation, including cooking oil availability and prices. Indonesia earlier this year introduced export measures on palm oil products amid concerns about cooking oil prices spiraling out of control. A brief ban on exports of the edible oil from Indonesia's shock market and exacerbated existing global supply concerns, but it also led to ballooning domestic inventory. Indonesia currently imposes a so-called domestic market obligation requiring businesses to sell a portion of output locally in return for export permits. The world's most populous Muslim country will also celebrate Ramadan in March 2023 when food demand, including cooking oil, is expected to rise, Eddie said. And on sports news, Nigeria Rugby Football Federation has revealed that it will organize a coaching program for World Rugby certification in coaching, refereeing, strength conditioning and medical first aid. The program will hold in February 2023 in Abuja. The general manager, NRFF, Aziz Ladipo, told newsmen that the coaching course will afford Nigerian coaches to learn more about modern techniques in rugby so as to improve the standard of the game across the country. He stated that the current NRFF board was striving hard to reposition the game in the country after the ban on Nigerian rugby was lifted recently by the international body, adding that NRFF is also working hard to kick off the rugby league next year. And that's it on the news tonight. But remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at ABS Television Oka. Follow us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. Well, and just before we go tonight, a quick look at our major stories. Governor Soludo has described death of Ohanese President Professor Obiozor as big loss to humanity. Flood-resistant rice variety has been introduced in Anambra State to reduce losses during flooding. Police High Command to deploy 10,000 newly recruited constables for 2023 general elections. And a foreign scene, we brought to you that Indonesia is to tighten export rules for palm oil from Sunday, January 1. And that's the size of our package tonight. Many thanks for joining the bulletin. I'm Iberi. We're going to enjoy the rest of your evening.